Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wayne Game, and it's something me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Sileo, Tai's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. In a confused stupor, I gazed downward. My was completely enveloped by Tai's attractive face, who was swallowing repeatedly as I shot jet... Oh my god. Yep. His gorgeous violet eyes gazed upward as he drank, locking with mine as a warm smile spread across his face. After considerable time had passed and the torrent had largely ceased, Tai released me from his toothy maw. The candy cane flopping limply to the floor with a quiet thud in accordance with gravity. Tai then scooched up beside me so that our faces were level with one another and spoke his first words of the morning. Oh, good lord. Good morning, my prince. Tai leaned close and the two of us shared a long and passionate kiss. Our tongues wrestling like enraged serpents as a strange flavor enraptured my unsuspecting taste buds. A flavor that I could only identify as being my very own jizz. It seemed as though Tai had deliberately left just a tiny sample behind in his mouth in anticipation of this very scenario. Typically, I would have found such a situation deeply unappetizing, and yet I kind of wish that perfect moment would ever end. I do hope my wake-up call was appropriate. Appropriate? It was amazing, but, you have a real strange idea of taking things slow. Well, if you were not irresistible in every conceivable way, perhaps I would be able to make good on my commitments. I grinned bashfully at Tai, who was ever the incorrigible flirt. Regardless, I still couldn't help but worry a little, worry that Tai was taking things too quickly, that he was in over his head once again, and the last thing I wanted was a repeat of what had only transpired several days before. All of a sudden, I became acutely aware of a scent on the air that seemed somewhat out of place as it effortlessly cut through the pleasant aroma of Tai's naked body. Hey, do you smell that? Is it me that you smell? I am pleased to see that last night has inspired you to better utilize your nose. I mean, yeah, I've been kind of basking in your scent all night now. I love it, but no, I smell something else. You seriously don't smell it? Tai began to sniff at the air, not unlike I had done only moments ago before returning his verdict. Indeed, well sensed, my dear. And in my defense, my nose has been a little preoccupied with another more masculine scent this morning. Jeez, really? Gross. I hope Axel and Russell can't smell me. Really regret not having a shower or anything before coming out here. Diego did suggest it. Well, it would just so happen that us cats have an evolutionary solution to your exact problem. Allow me. Tai offered a warm yet mischievous smile as he slid downward once again, cheekily targeting the most fragrant parts of my body. He began lapping slowly. Oh yeah, those same bristles that had provided so much pleasure acted unlike a comb, dispersing Tai's saliva evenly through the fur. Having thoroughly cleaned each and every inch, he progressed upward, his tongue gliding around the outside of my sheath. It felt incredible, as evidenced by the red tip that it curiously reared its head in response, only millimeters away from Tai's nose. Ha, keep that up and you'll be getting another protein shot. Tai chuckled before disengaging and returning to his former position beside me, still wearing that mischievous grin. Do not tempt me. Tastiest breakfast I've had in ages. Although, speaking of breakfast... Breakfast. Tai was right. It was food I could smell, almost like... Eggs? And is that bacon? I'm gonna save it right there, because he's still naked. Indeed it is. I'd packed an airtight container with both an Axel's pack with the intention of preparing our breakfast this morning. And yet it would seem as though somebody has beat me to the punch. Shall we get dressed and investigate? Yep, let's. The two of us wriggled our way out of our shared sleeping bag and promptly clothed ourselves before finally unzipping the door to our tent and venturing outward to join our companions at the campsite. Day 12. As we approached, we saw both Axel and Russell sitting by a lit campfire. It was an icy cold morning, as evidenced by Axel's heavier choice in clothing than the day prior and his constant shivering as he held his hands out in front of the fire. Russell, meanwhile, was retrieving the freshly cooked meal from the frying pan, dividing it between 4 disposable plates. He had no doubt located the ingredients in Axel's pack and had taken the initiative to prepare breakfast for us all. Although, there was something that bothered me about this situation, but I couldn't quite figure out what. Gentlemen, good morning to you both. Morning, Tai. Sup, my dude? Good morning. Hope you're, hungry. Of course. While I have already had a most appetizing snack this morning, I certainly have room for more. Tai snuck me a subtle wink while Axel looked mildly confused. Russell, however, seemed strangely unfazed. Thankfully, Tai spoke up once more, shifting the topic away before either could inquire further. Although I would have been more than happy to prepare it myself, there really was no need. I totally knew you'd say that, dude. That's like why I started cooking before you woke up. I see. Well, thank you, Russell. This was most kind of you. No sweat, my dudes. Ty and I sat down beside Axel, soaking in the warmth of the fire as Russell finished plating our meals. The fire was... Wait, the fire! Hey, Russell? Yeah? How'd you get the fire lit? It seemed as though Ty hadn't considered my question until I'd asked it, judging by the sudden and jarring shift in his expression. He remained silent. Eyes locked on Russell as he endured the agonizing wait for his response. Oh, well, you see, I think we got the packs mixed up last night and we went to bed. I opened mine up this morning to grab a bottle of water and there was the Ty's red sweater thingy. Oh? Figured he must have, put it in my bag by mistake or something, so I went digging and I found a whole-ass fire-making kit in there, too. Dear me, that is right. I cannot believe I forgot that I had packed a spare. How very foolish of me. It would seem as though we had never needed to venture to the forest after all. And it was Ty's worst bluff yet. Surely Russell couldn't fall for that, surely. All that hard work for nothing. But of course Axel had. Anyway, Axel had bacon and eggs in his pack, so I figured I'd get in there first before Ty could insist. I also found some vegetables in Ty's pack, so I made an omelet. Second, y'all. Water time. Alright, y'all, we are back. I just had to save it and pause the video there because it's storming outside, just in case the power goes out. I still have a portion of my video. Anyway, I see. All is well that ends well, right? Totally, dude! He had seen Ty's sweater vest, the very same one Ty had dirtied the night prior, and he figured out that Ty had spare materials all along. Russell hadn't said anything, but I felt as though he'd put two and two together. And judging by Ty's nervous smile, he had come to the very same conclusion. There was an eerie silence for a brief, yet seemingly eternal moment before Russell finally broke the tension. Breakfast time, dudes! Russell handed us our plates, each containing an omelet with bacon and several vegetables mixed in. The eggs seemed perfectly cooked and well seasoned. I couldn't wait to dig in. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, thanks, Russ. This looks so yum. You're totally welcome, dudes. Dig in. I thanked Russell as well before Ty took his first bite, resulting in the emergence of a familiar look of surprise. He impatiently chewed his mouthful and swallowed it down before addressing the matter at hand. My goodness, Russell. This is absolutely outstanding. Axel, who was similarly finishing his first mouthful, beamed brightly in Russell's direction. It is yum. I didn't know you were such a good cook, Russ. Curious as to just how good it could possibly be, I followed suit, shoveling a generous spoonful of omelet into my mouth. Holy cow, I think Dom's curried egg sandwiches might just have competition. Shucks, my dudes, I'm glad you all like it so much. Maybe Dom and I ought to team up and make a curried egg version or something. Whoa! Yes, please! That would be so delicious! Curried egg? I cannot say I have tried one of Dom's before. Are they good? Huh, didn't you... I thought back, absolutely certain that Dom had given Ty a sandwich at some point, but then I recalled. It was just a part of that stupid nightmare. Never mind. I got to try it for the first time yesterday morning, and yeah, they're totally amazing. I see. Ty seemed to get lost in his own thoughts. I couldn't help but wonder what he was scheming. If you do make such a thing, would it trouble you to make one for me as well? I would be most curious to try it. If it is as good as Axel thinks it will be, perhaps I may even wish to buy the recipe from you and put it on the menu at my bar. Really? That'd be totally amazing. I'll definitely let you know. You could be like a famous chef. Speaking of the bar, I wonder how Diego is faring. I've never left him in charge for quite this long before, and it is not like there was a cell phone reception out here if something had gone terribly awry. On one hand, Diego was hardly the type that appeared responsible, but on the other, I knew that in a pinch, he had a funny way of exceeding your expectations. Nonetheless, I too wondered how things were going back home. Uh-oh. Shit, goddamn snake. I plonked my phone down the countertop with an exasperated sigh. Stupid game, I can never go out and farm any gems without running the risk of some snake coming out of absolutely nowhere and kicking my ass. Just let me distract myself, damn it. Ty had expected things would be quiet, but I reckon the reality was even quieter still. Last night was borderline extinct, and this morning so far had remained entirely unchanged. There was only so many times I could dust down the damn counter. I sighed again and reached for my phone once more. Only to be interrupted by the sound of the door. Finally, praise be, a damn customer. I left my phone on the counter and briskly rushed towards the register before turning towards the entrance to greet my newfound company. Morning! Welcome to... Oh, shit! A very good morning to you. It was him! It was the dude! What's his name again? Stanley? No, Spencer. Right, it was Spencer. Hey, man! Man? How delightfully informal. Sorry. No apologies are necessary, my friend. So, what can I get you? Whiskey? We've got this real nice bottle in imported directly from Ortega. Dry with notes of cinnamon and spice, just the thing for a cold morning. As enticing as that may sound, I was under the impression your liquor license was only effective from noon. Shit, you're right. My bad. Shit, this is going horribly. Okay, Diego, think. What can I do to loosen his tongue? Actually, I was hoping to speak to the owner of the establishment. Is he present? Oh, no, he's out of town at the moment. With his boyfriend. They went camping. He'll be back at work tomorrow, I think. With his boyfriend, you say? Hunter, was it not? Eh? You knew Hunter is Ty's boyfriend. That surely can't be a good thing. Yeah, that's him. How very sweet. I do so hope the two of them are having a lovely time. I shall return tomorrow, then. Thank you for your time, Diego. Eh? You knew my name? How? What? How did you know my name? I was indulging my passion for top-shelf spirits on your very first day working here, my friend. I may be many things, but forgetful I most certainly am not. Spencer delivered a cordial bow before turning away and heading back towards the exit. I panicked a bit, not wanting to let him get away without at least learning something. Hey, should I let Ty know you visited? No, it's quite all right. It would be best if my visit were unannounced. And with that, the seemingly frail Raven departed the bar, leaving me all alone once more. Didn't even buy nothing. Ugh, typical. So damn typical. He knew my name, but I guess it made sense. He knew Hunter, but they had met already. I guess neither of those things meant anything much. But how did he know Ty and Hunter were dating? It's only a recent thing, and they were both kind of quiet about it in the beginning. And what did he mean when he talked about his visit being unannounced? That's some super eerie-sounding shit. Damn, I've got to call Hunter about this and let him know. I returned to the spot on the counter where I'd left my phone and picked it up, selecting Hunter's name in my contacts. Shit, straight to voicemail, of course. Must be somewhere super remote or some shit. I know there'd be a ton of walking involved. I groaned, returning my phone to the countertop once again. I had no idea what time they'd be getting back. I could send him a message, but I'll tell him when I get home. Might be for the best anyway, otherwise Ty might read it. Knowing Ty, he'd probably just get pissed off that I brought it up or something. Stupid Tiger and his stupid secrets. Spencer would be returning the following day, and Hunter was on the roster with me. Maybe it would be the day when we'd finally get some damn answers. Having finished our delicious breakfast, the four of us had extinguished our fire and dismantled the camp before stuffing our tents and other belongings into our packs in preparation for the long walk back home. Well then, gentlemen, is everything accounted for? Yep, I'm all packed. Let's roll out, dudes! With matching cheerful grins, Russell and Axel turned tail and commenced their journey, anticipating that we would be following closely behind. But instead, I took one last look out at the horizon, at Sidonia. The years I'd spent there already felt like a distant memory. Hunter, are you ready to go? Yeah, but... Yes? What is it? Promise me we'll come back here one day, just the two of us. With a loving smile, Ty planted a tender kiss on my cheek before confirming his commitment. I promise, just the two of us. I smiled back at him as I slung my pack over my shoulder, indicating my readiness to proceed. With a nod of confirmation from Ty, we began to follow the now distant visage of a cheetah and a shark chattering happily between themselves, the four of us beginning the long walk back to civilization. Having navigated around the mountain path, we were quickly plunged into the same dense forest we had ascended through yesterday. Axel and Russell maintained their lead ahead of us, no doubt distracted by their discussion, instead giving Ty and me plenty of privacy. Which was just as well, because I had several rather difficult topics on my mind, and there would be plentiful time to broach them. Hey, Ty? Yes, my dear. What is it? And, alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Trezum Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.